It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we'll see Christian Kirk. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Jags and the Chiefs. All that and more coming up next.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, everybody loves to see the deep ball. We know that. We got a couple of quarterbacks here who can really sling it. Trevor Lawrence of the Jags, Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs.
I like your point there, partner, because it is back in vogue. And what I mean is taking the shots downfield, because for a long time in this league, it was all about precision.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 10, and out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Holding offense.
Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes caught Kelsey, left side. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Straight ahead, Etienne. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season, and right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves, but with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly. On second down, a run with Etienne. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 61 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Patterson's kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
Taken in at the 3. So a very tight first half. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll look to Etienne to start things out. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Lawrence. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They go play action with Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. And is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
For all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They go play action now. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Play action. It's Lawrence. And one more time. Here's Kirk. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when it goes to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now they're in the hurry-up. Lawrence now off the bootleg. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down at 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes to the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's good.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
So
stands.
the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Now he's forced out right. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Jags, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.